Hello, hello, and welcome. This is the So You're an Author podcast where I interview indie authors and we yap about their books. I'm your host, Adair Reese, and today's guest is L.V Hernandez. L.V Hernandez is an artist, indie author, and that pink horror girly pop it girl. Her self proclaimed trope is loving angry Mexican American girls and the himbos that adore and support them. She loves the color pink, good for her horror, and her fur baby Jiji. When she isn't scrambling on deadlines, one she's planned herself, of course, she's usually working on a new crafting project, reading, or drawing pretty girls with dark circles under their eyes and stunning outfits. I want to thank LV for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good, good. Also, can I just say I absolutely love that pink horror girly pop it girl. Like I read that and I was like, fam, I feel that in my soul.
Thank you.
Cause like same.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. So I know I just kind of read a little overview blurb of who you are, but why don't you tell me and the listeners a little bit more about yourself?
So I primarily am an artist first, author second. Most of what I do is illustration, character design is really my passion, but I love encompassing creation of the world. There was literally a project I did a while ago for school where my professor was like, you just have to design one room, two characters. And I just went up to him. I was like, so I designed the whole decrepit house and all the rooms and everything and the swamp outside. That project is actually how I got my first book off of those characters. So
Oh, hell yeah. I love that. I love a good, like, decrepit, creepy house.
yeah,
Ugh.
I definitely want to do a project with the decrepit creepy house. I have some in the wings, but I'm like I haven't gotten there yet in my timeline.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trust me, I think all authors feel that in their souls when they're like, oh yeah, I have this great idea and it's 17 books down the line from what I have.
Yeah,
I really want to work on it right now, but I really can't.
yeah. Plus, I found out my brain doesn't work that way because actually I was gonna take a break and work on a thriller series I have, but I found out that my brain is very linear and is like, no, you have to finish this series first. And I was like, oh, okay.
See, and I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like, okay, I know that I finished writing this one book, but now I don't ever want to look at it again. So let's start 17 other books all at the same time. And we're just going to skip from this one. And then when I get bored of it, I'll go to another one. And oh, hey, look, that song lyric made me think of something new. Let's just hyper focus on that one. Says
Yeah.
my current series or my current duology that I'm trying to write that I've been kind of struggling with because I was like, oh, I really like this idea of a character. Let's do that. And now my brain's like, no. But it also doesn't want to work on anything else either. So I'm like, what are you doing to me right now?
Oh my goodness.
Hashtag author struggles.
I know the author brain is very fickle.
It really is. Like, I get jealous. I've got some friends who are pumping out 160K books every 2 months. And I'm like, how are you doing that?
Oh my God, I know. It's crazy. I have a friend who can finish a book within like 6 months or so. And she's like, okay, it's off for edits. And I'm like, how are you doing this?
Right. Drives me crazy. So I know that you said that you're more of an artist first, indie author second. So I'm going to ask you a little different question than kind of what I've asked other people. When did you start drawing?
Oh God, I think like the earliest I can remember is like, aside from like, the usual like, kids drawing, is I really got into it around like age 8, I'd say, because I got really into like X-Men, Legion of Superheroes, and I just wanted to like draw them and draw my own characters being in that world. So I just really got into it, and I even like did my own comics and everything.
That's impressive. Like that's honestly impressive. I did art for a little while, except I was the weeb kid who was drawing myself as like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z inserts with like weird character names and stuff that I just came up with, or like making like demon OCs for Inuyasha and stuff like that. I was that kid. That's also how I got into writing too, though. It's like that's like some of my very first writing stuff was with friends in spiral bound notebooks, passing them back and forth in between classes in the hallways where we would write our own like fan fiction stories. So
oh my gosh, I love that so many of us come from fan fiction.
I mean, a lot of us do. A lot of, I've found that out. You're my ninth, eighth or ninth interview, and it
Mhm.
seems like almost every single one of us has come from some kind of fandom in some kind of way, whether it's through our art or our writing or whatever. We've all come from fandom, and I think that is such an interesting, just an interesting phenomenon with authors and artists in general. It's like we all started because we wanted to put our characters into other worlds, you
Yeah.
know. So I think that's really neat. I need to do like a whole deep dive on the psychology behind that, but that's for a later date
Yeah.
because that's a topic.
It is, yeah.
So you said you're about 8 or so when you really started drawing and everything. When did you start kind of writing?
I'd say that I started like, I guess I was always writing because I found that like sometimes like me drawing wouldn't get across what I needed, so I'd do that and I'd literally go on and write whole fan fictions. Like literally I'd have ones for like video games, anything like that, just anything that caught my interest, but I never really thought of myself as a writer until like way down the line.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I love that. Sometimes I can't draw good enough, so I'm just gonna write it.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out of my brain one way or the other. I got this.
Yeah. I was like, I purge it. It has to get out of my brain.
Right. Uh yeah. Those again, fandom and writing and artists is just it's a crazy thing. So did you always kind of want to be an author, or was that also kind of second to being an artist?
I guess I thought about it seriously for a really long time, but I never really actually thought I'd get there. Um, because I took like a pivot like in high school. It was actually like the movie Tangled that made me fall so in love with like concept art and characters.
Yeah.
That I did like a whole pivot of like, no, this is what I want to do.
I've done that before too. But so kind of what was it about Tangled that made you kind of think like character art, concept art and stuff like that was kind of where you were wanting to go?
I think it's just because I fell so in love with like the movie. Because first off, she's like an artist, and my family was always like, "Oh my god, she's an artist like you." And then just like seeing the behind the scenes, because that was really like what a lot of people call like the start of like the new Disney Renaissance, and just seeing like I've always loved Glenn Keane, like his art, his work, his daughter's work, um, is just something that so many people have built their careers on. I'm literally staring at some portraits of Belle and the Beast right now, but uh, but just I guess the fact that I got to like see the process in real time. I got to see the interviews behind the artists and everybody talking about like this is how we created Belle, this is how we created Flynn, like the hot guy meetings, like the way that they all just like collaborated to be like, how can we make these people and make them relatable, and seeing it from start to finish. Like actually some of the concept art for Flynn looked a lot like the original, like looks like the end results for Kristoff from Frozen, which is so interesting and fascinating to me of like how you can start from point A all the way to like the end.
Hell yeah. I love that. Have you watched the TV show?
No, I haven't. I need to. I know it's so beautiful, but I need to really badly because I know the fandom is really big.
Oh yeah, yeah. I absolutely adore the art style that they went with for the TV show. I haven't watched it personally. I've seen a lot of clips. Thank you, TikTok, for basically letting me watch
Oh,
shows without having to watch
yeah.
shows. And because but like there was also an artist that I was following for a long time. I can't think of her name to save my life. To be honest with you, because my brain deletes things. Thanks,
It's okay.
ADHD. But she did a lot of the background art for the Tangled series. And so when I was like kind of following her for a while, she kind of went through the process of like how they did that. And it was just really, really neat because even the background art is like its whole other thing besides just the characters.
Oh yeah.
And so like I was like, this is like intriguing. Like I like this.
Yeah, it's just so gorgeous. And just like seeing the thought process, and you're like, I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, definitely. And kudos to background artists because like they have it hard sometimes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because like somebody will just be like, "Hey, I need a forest scene, and I need like 6 rocks in it, and it needs to look ethereal," and they're like, "Bet, I got you."
Yeah.
And then they give you the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen in your life, and you're like, "Ow."
Yeah, and they're just like, "Yep."
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, it just took like 3 days. It was totally normal." What?
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't sleep or anything.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't sleep or anything. You need sleep. What?
Yeah, who needs that?
Right. So, let's get into talking about Winterbriar. It is a Nutcracker retelling. Tell me a little bit about what kind of, maybe what inspired it, but also just like about it in general.
I'd say what inspired it was like the fact that Barbie and the Nutcracker is my all-time favorite like classic Barbie movie. Like I watch it every year for Christmas, and the fact that I just generally don't see like Nutcracker retellings. Like there are a million Beauty and the Beast ones, Sleeping Beauty ones, but like I could name like maybe like 5 or 6 like Nutcracker retellings I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you know, when you're like, this, I want this specific thing, but it's not out there, so I guess I have to make it myself.
I understand that so much.
Yeah.
In my soul, I get that. That's another reason why I think a lot of us get into the game is because like we're like, oh, this doesn't exist. I guess I gotta make it exist.
Yep.
And then you're like, can somebody else make it exist because I don't want to anymore.
I know, that's how I felt most of the days. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. My friends are like too bad.
So do you have a little blurb for Winterbriar that you would like to read?
Sure. I think I have it saved in my notes. Let us double check.
Yeah.
Where are you? I know you're here. Here we go. Okay. So Clara Sanchez's 26th birthday and winter break is coming up, along with her friend group's annual pre-Christmas party and Secret Santa exchange. It's all nothing but good things, or at least it should be. She's hiding something from everyone. 10 months ago, a fall during class diagnosed her with a degenerative disease that will end her ballet career before it even begins. After months of hiding bruises, fatigue, and trembling limbs, she decides to tell everyone after her Theo Dresselmeyer's party. But on Christmas Eve, creatures from another realm attack, and she falls into the Fey realm. The Winter Court, one of the 4 fairy realms that exist outside the mortal plane, is where the usurper Rudolph Ratkin has taken over and is draining all the magic within the realm. He's collected pieces of the Star Court, the very creation magic that keep the realm alive. Rudolph plans to use the winter solstice to end the court, and everyone's still intertwined with its magic. With the cursed Prince Han, a friend, and something more from another lifetime, her mouse Blossom, and the surviving members of the other clans, Clara has to stop him before the winter solstice arrives and all is lost.
I'd read that in a heartbeat.
Thank you.
I'm not a huge Nutcracker girly, but I do love Nutcracker retellings, and I know of one other one, but I would read yours over that one any day of the week. So I'm just saying.
Thank you.
But the one that I saw was also like a dark romance, and it was like not great. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, I am not the intended audience. All right.
Yeah, I'm not the intended audience. My apologies to all the dark romance girlies out there. It is just not my thing. Depending on what I'm in I'm kind of a mood reader, but dark romance is sadly usually kind of low on my list. Again, my apologies to the dark romance authors I'm gonna talk to eventually. I promise I still love y'all. It's just not always my thing. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm not really like a billionaire romance reader, even though one of my friends is. I was on a panel and we were talking about like, oh, what's your favorite and least favorite? And I was like, I looked at my friend who was moderating and I looked at her and I was like, Victoria, I'm so sorry, but I don't really like billionaire romances. The ethics of it all kind of like, you know, my morality overrules me and I'm like, no, I can't take myself out of it.
My morality says no.
Yeah, I'm like, it's unethical for one person to have that much wealth. And I just get so taken out of it, I can't enjoy it.
Oh, that's so great. It's not unethical that they made her sign a contract or anything. That's fine. It's unethical that he's got so much money.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, wealth distribution.
That's when you write a billionaire romance where like she's basically like, yeah, if you want to date me, you have to distribute your wealth amongst these communities, and
my
like he does
God.
it because
I would
make him an
read
ethical
that.
billionaire.
I would read that so fast.
Quick, somebody write it because I can't do it.
Please. I don't have the strength.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. That was great. I needed that. That was fantastic. But seriously, somebody write an ethical billionaire romance, and I will gobble
Please.
that shit up.
Say.
Let her actually change him for the good and actually mean it, and not just through the power of her magical vagine. Like, let her actually change the man.
Yeah.
uh
That's Sookie Stackhouse up in here.
right. Oh, that's so great. Oh, I haven't heard that name in 15 years. Takes drag off a cigarette.
God, I wish I could watch that show, but I did one episode. I was like, no, I think if I tried this a while ago, I would have loved it, but I'm like, I can't do it right now.
I think if I had watched it when it had aired, I would have been all over it. But like trying to go back and watch it, I'm like, how did y'all like this?
I know. I'm like, I can't even make it through the first episode, but I love werewolves, so I just look up the super clip, the super cut of just all of Joe Manganiello's scenes, and I'm like, all right, I'm fine.
That works. That works.
I'm fine.
I'm kind of like that weirdly with Game of Thrones too, because I didn't watch it while everybody was hyped up into it. I tried to get into it later, and I was like, I can't do this.
No, yeah.
I also couldn't read the books, so
no, I'm like, it's one of those that I'm like, I will not be reading the original content. My brother and my dad can rewatch it multiple times, but I'm just like, I can't do it. I'll pop in for my favorite scenes, but I'm like, no, thank you.
Like, I think the first time I tried to watch through it, I didn't even make it to the Red Wedding before I was just like, I can't do this. So like, apparently I missed all, quote unquote, all the good stuff, but I was like, I'm not going to force myself to watch something that I'm not interested in. I've spent my life doing that way too much. In the books, I know, unpopular opinion, I do not like George R.R. Martin's writing, and I do not like Brandon Sanderson's writing. So I think those kind of a little bit go hand in hand with each other, since people want Brandon Sanderson to finish the Game of Thrones book series, but I will not be reading any of it. I tried multiple times. Same with Red Rising. Pierce Brown is great. I cannot get into Red Rising, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish that series. Sorry to my bestie, IRL bestie, if you're listening to this. I promise I tried, but I just can't do it. I'll get into Dungeon Crawler Carl for you. That's all I can promise, okay?
Yeah, I can't do it. The only Game of Thrones series I will like rewatch is A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That's it, because I'm like, oh my god, we have a character who isn't a total piece of shit. Oh my god,
I haven't even heard of that one.
It's, oh my god, it actually has like the beautiful positive masculinity, kind of like Superman. Like my friend Kylie, who's never watched anything Game of Thrones in her life, has no interest. She watched that because she saw Lionel Baratheon, and he's her type of man. And I bribed her into watching it with me. And I was like, it's only 7 episodes. And she got so into it. She actually like got the book and was reading it. And there was even a point where there's this certain scene, and she was like, because we usually watch like 1 episode a week or 1 movie a week. That's her thing. Because she lives over in Nebraska. So that's how we hang out. And and she was like, what do you mean the episode ended like that? No, we have to watch the next episode. And we were like, okay, I'm free this day so we can watch the next episode. And I told my family, I was like, she really wants to see the fight, so I'm going to go skedaddle and watch that again.
Right. Hell yeah. I love that. I love having online besties that I can watch shows with. But then I'm also like, can this day please hurry up and get here? Because like I'm about to commit a cardinal sin and watch this without you, because I need to know what happens.
God, I know. Especially for series.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Hard.
My fiance's got me watching some of the Star Wars stuff that just came out. Or not, actually, Obi-Wan Kenobi's been out, but we've been watching that, and I'm like gripping the edge of my seat. I'm like, okay, we're gonna watch another episode. And he's
You're like, I need my fix.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, we actually no, what's worse than that one is we started watching the anime Witch Hat Atelier.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have it's not done airing yet, and I didn't realize that, and I should have waited, but now I have to wait for every Monday, like I'm back in high school again, waiting on the new episodes of whatever anime I was watching to
Oh
come
my
out. I'm like, I
gosh.
need Monday to be here faster.
Oh
When's
my
the next
gosh.
Monday?
I know. That's how I feel. I just feel like that scene from Toy Story 2. It's like, wait, what happened? Where's the next episode?
Yeah, I made a whole I live on Threads. I made a whole thread about it. I was like, why is there not more episodes? And somebody was like, babe, it's still airing. And I was like, ah.
I know.
What do you mean?
I know. I think with streaming, we've gotten so used to the whole seasons out, but then we're like, wait, no. Where's the
And
rest of it? And we forget.
it's only 13 episodes too, so I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh no, my show's gonna run out.
I'm like, no. I
Then
can't do this.
I need them to make a second season immediately if they're not already working on it. I know the first one took them 7 years. Please don't make it another 7 before the second season comes out.
Oh god, I know. It's the worst when you're on the ground floor for a show and then there are other people who come in, binge the whole thing, and they're like, okay, I'm done. And you're like, you didn't go through the wait we did.
Yeah, they're like, you didn't struggle like we did.
No.
You weren't, you. I love when people find Lost for the first time because I watched that as it aired on like whatever station it was on at that time. My family we were not religious growing up, but we had the religious thing of we were at the TV at this time with dinner to watch Lost every single week.
Oh my gosh.
Like it was a ritual. Like,
yeah.
Because if you missed an episode, you had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. And then you watch the recap and you're like, oh my god, what happened?
Now you're like, what do you mean? It's like the Jennifer Lawrence meme. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What? Like,
yeah.
Like that's how TV used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me and my family for Once Upon a Time. We were on the ground floor. Literally at one point, I was so locked in that we were over at a family friend's house, and I was like, the season premieres today. I can't miss it. Because me and my best friend would text each other immediately, being like, "Oh my god, did you watch the episode?" And we debrief, and we'd like find the memes and the crack videos. And so I literally asked them, I was like, can I put the TV on? And they're like, yes. And I switched to the channel and I watched the premiere of the new season at someone's house because I couldn't miss it.
I was also like that with Doctor Who. I got my mom into Doctor Who. So we were watching some of it. I think we were watching Matt Smith's season as it was airing.
Oh.
And so like I'd be in the other room doing something and I would just hear the like intro music. And like the way I scrambled like a cat to their automatic feeder when it went off, like I'm like tripping over things, like tumbling through the floor, jumping over the backs of couches and stuff just to like get there in time to watch it.
Yeah, you're like, no, everyone move.
I was like, the song of my people.
You're like, everyone move. Shut up. No one do anything.
It's Doctor Who time. I think I was actually on a road trip during one of the episodes and I was like trying to find a place to like watch it on my iPhone, whatever, hoping I had signal wherever I was so I could watch the episode.
Oh my gosh.
It was such a thing back then. I kind of miss that sometimes. Like I kind of miss like the anticipation of another episode of something coming out. And then I also hate it because again with Witch Hat Atelier, I'm just like, I need the next episode right now.
Yeah.
Why can't I have it right now?
I know. We're so used to things now with streaming.
Oh, for real. So we've just gone completely off topic here. Thanks, ADHD brain.
Thank you, autism.
Yeah, right. To get back to Winterbriar for a minute, did you plot it or did you pants it?
I'm a pantser 100%. My friend hates it, especially because like she'll be like, oh, like what do you do today? And I'm like, I did some concept art. She's like, and I'm like, and that's it. Like literally I'm like a third through my second book, but I had to stop because I haven't done the character art and I need that in order to proceed. So I'm just like, oh well, I'll just and I kind of patchwork it where I'll write the scenes that are like 100% in my brain that will not change, and I have to do those first, and then I patchwork and I go back to whatever else. So I kind of Frankenstein my drafts.
Honestly, I need to learn how to do that because while my brain might not be linear, my writing style is. And I'm like, okay, well, I know I specifically want this scene in the book, so let me go ahead and write it. And then my brain's like, oh, well, now you can't go back and write the first of the book. I'm like, what do you mean I can't go? We're not doing a record scratch. You're probably wondering how I got here, style of book. So, like, what do you mean I can't go back and write it? It's like, no, this is the start of your book now. Sorry. Oh my God, fine.
Yeah. I think that's why, like, because I'm like, so like I can't do the preamble of like 10 chapters or whatever of like here is the regular life. I have to be like, no, please, I need to get where I'm going right now.
That's so funny that you mentioned that because the book that I'm currently working on, I'm struggling with where I want to start it at because I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I need to give my readers a little bit of backstory of my main character's life.
Yeah.
Not too much, maybe just like one or two chapters. Not they're not necessarily a prologue because they're important.
Yeah.
Not that prologues aren't important. Well, that's another discussion for another episode and or something for my YouTube channel that you guys will eventually get to know as well. But like it's but then other people are like, just drop us in the middle of it. And I'm like, but then you don't I feel I'm a very character driven writer and reader, so I feel like if I just drop somebody into the middle of the scene of my princess not being crowned queen and instead it's given to the advisor for some reason that y'all will figure out when you read it, like I feel like y'all aren't gonna care.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, why do we care? You know, you have to give people proper like motivation to like root for a character or be like, why is this important?
But at the same time, you're also just like, I want the action. Give it to me now.
Yep. I'm just like, I want to go now.
I feel that. I think like personally, I think like 4 chapters is like, okay, you've gotten your 3 setup chapters. Chapter 4 is where things need to start moving. Or it's kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, that's me personally. Because I tend to try to read. I try to read at least 6 to 8 chapters in a book before I either continue on with it or sadly DNF it. So that's like if you don't have me into it by chapter 6, which to some people is like, you know, 17 pages depending, which doesn't make sense but does make sense. And other people, you don't get 6 chapters in until you're like 80,000 words into it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because chapter length is subjective.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely believe now in DNFing because before I'd be like, oh, I don't really like this book, but I'm gonna finish it. But then somebody was like, life is too short for books or shows or movies you don't like. Yep. And I was like, you know what? Yeah.
I have
for real.
I have DNF'd more than a few books. I'm even staring at on my bookshelves right now because I was just like, I wanted to love it, but it just wasn't great.
Oh my God, I know. Like there are some I really like the premise for, but I just couldn't do it, even though it's by an author I really like. I gave it away like in a book swap, even though I did ask. I was like, my cat bit the cover. Is that okay? And they were like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry. And I was like, cool, thanks. I want to get rid of this. I can't look at it anymore.
They're like, yeah, that means it's even more special edition because it was chosen by the cat.
Yeah. God, yeah. Oh God, Jiji. It just has her little Tiffy marks forever. I'm like, all right, congratulations to whoever gets this copy.
Right. I actually like used books that have been a little loved on. Not ones that are like completely torn up, but ones that have been loved on. Like that. I consider that loved on.
Yeah.
I think they're the best. But so what is something that you kind of liked about writing Winterbriar?
Well, the fact that I got to explore a whole new thing, because the other half of the inspiration for Winterbriar is Swamp Thing, specifically the 2019 show with Andy Bean and Crystal Reed, because I have this thing where I get really excited for something, but then I don't watch it until way later because I get like so hyped up and I'm like, oh my God, what if it's not like what it is in my brain? To the point that they took it off HBO and I found it on Tubi, and that's where I watched the first season. And I just was like, I got like so in love with like body horror, specifically like oh God, what is it called? Botanical horror. That I
love botanical horror.
Yeah, that I got to like, even though like that kind of horror like freaked me out at first, but then now I'm like at the point of like loving horror. Then I'm like, oh, oh my god, I'm writing that down.
Write that down.
Yep, that was literally me and my friend the other day when we were watching a horror movie. We were both like, oh my god, I'm gonna reuse that somewhere. I'm gonna jot it down for later. And yeah, I love the fact that with writing this, I got to explore a whole new type of horror that I saw visually but didn't read, because I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to reading horror, because words will stick in my brain far more than images, because images I can forget, but words on a page will stick with me forever. And I was just like, how can I convey this in a way that gives you the body chills? And that process is really fun.
That's always the fun part of writing horror. It's like, how can I make this stick with my reader way past like what I want it to. I have a sci-fi horror that I've been working on for 3 years now that started off as a National Novel Writing Month project.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a scene, so this was before the like skull-faced dog characters got really popular, because it was right after Annihilation the movie had come out. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I haven't, but it's on my list.
Okay, there is a scene, I'm not spoiling too much, don't worry about it, but there's a scene where there's a bear and its face is not there, it's just a skull.
Oh my god.
And it echoes what people have said, but in this like really creepy, like clicky kind of way. So I took that concept and I ran with it as part of this sci-fi horror that I'm writing.
Oh my god, I love that.
And so there's a scene where the female main character like pops up kind of, or she's watching the camera feed from inside the bunker that her dad built before everything happens, because he kind of knew what was going to happen. Anyway, there's a scene that I wrote though where I describe the way the like skull-faced wolf's like jaw clicks and how like everything sounds. And I had somebody read it, because I also described it as like she could hear it because there's audio and it made her teeth itchy. And one of the friends that I let read that, he was like, don't ever. He's like, because my teeth itched for days. I kept thinking about it. And he's like, and my teeth felt funny. He's like, I can't stand you. I was like, then I have done my job.
Yeah, I traumatized several friends when they read my first draft, especially for like the big like scene, the intro scene to like her getting into the winter court. And one of my friends, she's like a hardcore like horror fan. Like she's seen like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I refuse to. I don't touch stuff that's like real life things like that. But she was like, what do you mean there's zombie rats that are decaying and their bones are exposed? And I was like, yeah, that's a thing. And she's like, and their blood is acidic? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
She was traumatized, and I was like, cool, I did my thing.
Yeah, right? You're like, I've done my job.
Yep, I've done it successfully.
My job here is completed.
Yep, tuxedo mask.
Right?
That's how I feel. It's just like, I terrified you. I'm just off.
Yeah, my job is done. Goodbye.
Yes.
Just disappear into the night.
Yep, you'll never see me again.
That's so great. So, your main character, her name is Clara, right?
Yes.
Is she bilingual?
Yes. A lot of the book, that was an issue I had finding an editor. And then eventually I had to have one friend who writes and reads in Spanish way better than me. I paid her in dinner and coffee to do the Spanish parts of my book. And then my friend edited it for me. She hates me for it because she doesn't like horror at all. But she did it because she's like, I can't let you publish this into the world like this. And yeah. She's like, I hate you, but I'm gonna do it because my integrity says I cannot allow you to. And
that's great.
Yeah. So I had her edit it, and I had my friend do the Spanish. So yeah, bilingual characters is a huge part of like my writing and just like who I am as a person.
So are bilingual characters something that we can come to expect from you? Like when people pick up an L.V. Hernandez book, are they going to be expecting bilingual characters? Things of that nature, kind of when they read your book. Did that sentence even make any sense?
It's okay. I know what you're trying to say, but yeah, that's a thing you can always expect because like growing up, I just hated the fact that there were only two kinds of like Latinx characters. Was either like the stereotypical kind of like cholo characters, or there'd be the no sabo kids, like people say now, where they're trying so hard to not embrace their culture and their culture for them is embarrassing, and they're like, no, of course I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, no. See, personally, I love reading bilingual characters. I won't know what they're saying. I might have to go Google some stuff. But I love seeing other people's because I'm a pasty white girl. But I love seeing other people bring their culture to life. And speaking of that, you did mention that you are a first generation American. Do you want to kind of talk about your experiences with that and how that's kind of led into you writing these bilingual Mexican American characters?
Yeah. So being first generation is definitely a different breed of like growing up. Especially with me because I am like I'm not as like pale as I used to be, but I'm on the lighter side. And my family would always joke because my Spanish when I was younger wasn't that good, and I unfortunately was one of those people who was like, "Oh my god, it's like embarrassing to speak Spanish," and I grew out of that. Like a lot of kids have those phases, and and so they'd always be like, "Oh, you're not really like." It was kind of like that whole thing. Like I haven't seen it yet, but the J-Lo Selena movie where it's like you're not Mexican enough for the Americans, and you're not like American enough, like and so I think it was like that duality of like growing up. It's like I'm not one or the other, and you're just kind of like your own thing that like to the point where like your parents don't understand, only other people who've grown up this way understand. And in my writing, I wanted to make it clear that that's the upbringing I have and why I always dedicate my books to other Mexican girls, other Mexican people, is because I'm like, I see you and I know who you are and what you've done, and how you've grown, and that you're seen. And that's why like representation is so important to me. Like there was even a point where representation started getting more and more, and I was seeing things that I'd never seen before, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know other people experienced this. I thought it was just me. And I think that's a part of why literature from so many different like people and cultures and walks of life that are not you is so important.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. Like I again, pasty white girl over here. But I really do, because like I've kind of noticed that like representation is especially important for, I mean, not only younger kids, but it's also kind of important for healing the inner child of a lot of people who didn't have that kind of representation when they were growing up. So I've been absolutely loving getting to kind of know other authors who are like you, who are like first generation American, Mexican American, and other nationalities and cultures and stuff like that, and kind of giving y'all a way to also have that representation of being like, hey, we do exist, we're here.
Yeah.
Like, we write these fun books that y'all like need to read.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned that Clara had a chronic illness. Can you refresh me on what that was? I'm sorry, we've yapped about so much that I've kind of forgotten.
It's okay. So I based it off of osteoporosis. And that really came about because at a certain point I was like, I want to have, God, I don't know if I can say this without it spoiling the book, but basically at one point I wanted to do that representation, and I actually developed a chronic illness while I was writing it, like into year 2 of writing this. I have arthritis and chronic fatigue, and I think it hit me even harder, and I didn't even realize at that point what I was writing was body grief, which for those of you that don't know, it means basically you're grieving your body what it used to be before the chronic illness. And for a lot of people, it's really hard. Like, some people don't ever really like accept it because it's not really a thing that you can like kind of like do the grieving process, 5 stages, etc., because you know you're living in it. And I think it added even more to the body horror, because you know body horror is a thing that happens to you against your will, and it's horrifying, and it's a process. And I think Ryan Clara going through that has like also been kind of cathartic for me, because I definitely went through that of being like, oh, I used to be able to do this, I used to be able to do that. And yeah, I really give a shout out to like so many like amazing like people who also have chronic illnesses that were my sensitivity readers and were able to give me feedback on things to make Clara like even more fully a good representation.
Also, kudos to you for getting sensitivity readers, because I feel like so many authors these days want to write characters that have not so many, excuse me. There are some authors who want to write characters with chronic illnesses or things like that, but then they don't get sensitivity readers who may or may not have those, and then they get things wrong, and then people are like, it would have taken you 5 seconds to let somebody read this. So kudos to you on that. I plan on doing the same thing if I ever write any characters like that. I'm not so good at the body horror, not the body horror, the body grief and stuff, because mine's more I write characters who have various mental illnesses, typically what I have, because then I know that I understand it to a certain point. But
yeah,
also I want to say, like, honestly, if I'm gonna start calling chronic illnesses body horror, because it really is that, isn't it, when you think about it? And like when you really think about it, it's like, yeah, this is not something that I ever wanted, and now it's turning me into somebody else or whatever, and I'm gonna look at it like that, but in a cool way, not like in a derogatory way.
No, yeah, I get that. It definitely I don't know if it was just like kismet that I got really into body horror, but like literally one of my favorite movies is The Substance, and it grossed my brother out to the point that he was like, we got to the end, he's like, well, I don't need to sleep. I'm like, well, this is one of my comfort movies, so I'm gonna sleep fine. I don't know about you.
I feel like The Thing is also like a really kind of good body horror one, but it's also just like a general horror chest burstery kind of.
Oh god. That's on my list. David Cronenberg's one of those directors I really want to watch, but his stuff is kind of hard for me. Like The Fly, I also want to watch, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna be like,
if you're gonna watch The Thing, you've got to watch the original one.
Yeah.
Or is it the 80s one? Whichever one of those it is. Like, you have to watch that one, because you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is horrible. The effects, surprisingly, are cheesy, but they still kind of stand up. Yeah. So like, I 100% recommend it. It's one of mine and my fiance's favorite movies. So definitely kind of recommend watching that.
It's on the list.
It's you like, for real. I'm gonna get an email later that's gonna be like, I don't like you anymore.
It'd be like, what did you make me
watch? Something I wanted to touch on just for a little bit. What is good for her horror? I don't think I've ever heard that term before.
Okay, so good for her horror is horror like where it's like Carrie, Companion, Lisa Frankenstein, where it's basically these characters who have been who you see them like have a whole journey. Like they start off like they're not like liked, they're bullied, and they end up just like going like on a revenge rampage and really just getting what they want. And you're just like, and you look at them and you're like, good for you, girl. Good for her.
Yeah, actually, as you were describing that, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
You really are. You're like, you know what? Good for her.
You're like, yeah,
she did good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at my little thing that I wrote here, so I was like, what is good for her horror?
Yeah.
And now I know. Thank you. I appreciate the edumacating on that. So, is there anything that you kind of want to talk about, let our listeners know about, just yap about in general, in the state of like bookish culture, or any of your other experiences or anything like that?
I guess like kind of an experience that I'm having is realizing how much of like a horror space that I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I can't really find like a space exclusively like for horror authors, because I feel like we get well, my book is a Barbie horror romance. Like sometimes I feel like I'm like a square trying to go into like a circle space, and while I'm like kind of a shape, I'm not the right shape. And I think that's what a lot of people are talking about. Like, oh god, I don't remember what convention it was that just happened recently, a big bookish one, but
You're talking about BookCon?
I think so, it's probably BookCon. But I know one of the things people were saying, aside from like things that happened, was like there were like other horror girlies who were like, there was only one horror author there, like only one like horror merch that I found there. And while I do love romance and everything, I feel like there needs to be more space for like a genre like horror. And I feel like a lot of people like tend to like kind of view it as like this like weird kitschy thing that's like, oh, you're just kind of like, you have your own little space, it's fine. But yeah, typically when I walk into like romance bookstores, unless usually they're more on the dark romance side, which I'm not also a huge fan of. I'm trying out some things, but I'm like, nothing has stuck so far that I love. And I think that's just something I've noticed is like, yes, I love romance, but I also would like, you know, like ghost stuff. I want some like ghosts, like, I don't know if I can swear, but like
Yeah, you can.
Okay, like some ghost fuckery. Let's find out. I want to know someone else going through the process of being like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
How can I make these two characters have sex? Like,
I want y'all to bump uglies. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, and I just feel like that's such like, oh, bless you.
Sorry, that was actually a cough. It came out of nowhere. I was like, oh god, I can't mute in time.
Oh no, you're good. It's allergy season.
I was just about to say my allergies are killing me, and I haven't taken my whatever medicine my fiance, what is it called, fexofenadine or whatever. I haven't taken that today, so I'm just like, ugh, I'm dying.
Oh my, no, it's okay.
Dying. Plus, I live in the South, so it's even worse.
Lord.
Like,
God, I know, my friend lives over there, and she literally tells me, "Oh yeah, like when I cough up phlegm, there's dirt in it," and I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah. And there's just pollen in it, and you're just like, "Yes, it's normal."
Oh my god, she was telling me that yesterday, and I was just so horrified. I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I'm like, "You're coughing up dirt."
New body horror thing unlocked: coughing up dirt.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, I don't. There's a movie with something like that. Oh god, might have been Tamara, but probably not. Tamara. That was a good one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's people call it like the third part of the Trinity, because it's Jennifer's Body, Ginger Snaps, and then that one.
Oh, see, so I've seen Jennifer's Body, and Ginger Snaps, so I need to see that one then, if that's like the trifecta there, because I love those other two so much.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, succubus, werewolf, and then witch. And Tamara, oh my god, such a good one. I was like, I love it. And I love that my family walked by. They're like, what are you watching? And I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't ask questions you don't actually want answers to. What have I told you about this?
Yeah. They'll walk by and be like, why are you watching this? I'm like, I need something before bed. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think it's you talking about horror needing a space for itself. It's really interesting because a horror novel is what just recently won the Pulitzer Prize.
I know,
and
I saw.
So many people were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like horror has not been taken seriously, I feel like, in a long time. And I feel like we're getting to a point where it is. And so I'm really hoping that you find some better online spaces for, I've seen, so Threads is a really weird website.
Yeah.
It's a really weird social media place. But I have seen other horror romance authors on Threads who are doing pretty decently.
Yeah.
But still, niching down into that kind of community is really hard. Especially if it's like you said, it's kind of like a, what you call it, Barbie horror.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a girl, like I call it girly pop horror.
Yeah.
But like that's also kind of a and from my understanding and from what I've seen, it's also kind of like its own new niche genre. Like I don't remember seeing stuff like that like when I was younger, unless it was making fun of like the Barbie girly pop trope.
Yeah.
Whereas now
like
it's like, no,
satirical.
this is like, yeah. And you're like, no, this is actually something to kind of like take seriously. Like, yeah, she is a girly pop pink princess ballerina who is going into this, you know, horrific Fae realm. Also, kudos to you for making the Fae realm scary as shit. Because I feel like so Holly Black is one of my favorite authors for the fact that her Fae are evil. They are what Fae are supposed to be, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So like I love that you've taken that back to it, and it's not just like, oh, he's a hot half rat thing, you know, with whatever, that he's got a 6-pack and hands as big as my head because I'm a dainty ballerina girly, you know.
Yeah, she's actually a lot of these. Clara's 5'9", so she's decently tall, and yeah, I really wanted to take that back because Holly Black literally is who I consider the Queen of Fae. And literally growing up, like I read things like the Spiderwick Chronicles and other things, and it really shaped me to be like, oh, this is actually horrifying. Like, the only thing I've read recently that actually takes it back to that is it's from one of my favorite podcasts, Gilmore to Say, is The Rose Bargain. And I was listening to it and I was like, I need to read some Fae stuff because I try to read things that are correlating to what I'm writing. Mm-hmm. And I was reading like horror and I was like, okay, let's do that. And I just, God, when I tell you I binged that book, I binged it because it's the first time I've seen Fae written in a way since like Holly Black that isn't Holly Black. And I actually like, I was like, I think I had like the last like chapters of it and I binged it and I went to bed at like 1 a.m. because I was like, I cannot go to bed without knowing the ending, and I haven't had the experience since like high school.
Right.
And it's just because it's legitimately like horrifying, like the way she describes the Fae Queen. Like I'm just like, oh, like people forget that like Fae are supposed to be like evil, like tricksters, that their beauty is so like unsettling. And I wanted to bring that back, and I bring that back even more into book 2, which I'm really excited for.
I am definitely gonna have to get copies of these because I love again, I love that when people write Fae as their beauty is supposed to be, like you said, it's supposed to be unsettling. It's supposed to be almost uncanny valley. You're like, something's not right here. I miss when people wrote like, and again, I'm not saying that everybody does it right, but I miss the cruel Fae. I miss when they would like, you know, you give them, you know, your name and then all of a sudden they have control over you, but not just because they want to boink you, but like for other reasons, you know? Like again, then there's nothing wrong with boinking the Fae. Yeah. But sometimes you just want them to be cruel for the sake of being cruel.
Yeah. Like, and I think that's where I got so much of like my horror love is from Holly Black, because I remember reading things like, I still have a Kelpie scene like engraved into my brain.
Oh my God, the like, Kelpie scene. I have not read that book series. I have not read Tithe in that particular book series since I was a teenager. My origin
story.
I still vividly remember that Kelpie scene, and I'm 36 years old now, and I have not read that for probably like 20 years, and it is still heavily ingrained in my brain. It's the reason I love Kelpie so much, and now I need to write a Kelpie book, apparently, because my brain's like, hey, we should do that.
I have a Kelpie stored away in my brain somewhere. It's in there.
Like, I still vividly remember that scene, and again, I loved the Folk of the Air series, you know, Cruel Prince, Wicked Queen, or Wicked King, Queen of Nothing. I'm staring at them as I said that. That's why my brain was I love those stories. Jude and Carden are great, but nothing will ever compare to those original 3 that she wrote. No. Like it was Tithe, Ironside, and Valiant. Those 3, oh my God.
Yeah, they
live. Forever. Yes. Also, if you're listening to this, hi Holly Black, I love you. Hi, I don't think you're listening to this, but hi.
You are, we love you.
But yeah, the last book that I binge read, like I started it and could not put down, was The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. It is a fantasy romance, not a romantasy. It is a fantasy romance.
Yeah.
Time loop. Beautifully done. Like, and it's done in second person, as if you were, as if the main character was telling, as if you were the second. It's just one of those. You have to listen. I would recommend listening to and or reading Six Deaths of the Saint first. It's on Audible. It's free. If you have an Audible subscription, it's free. It takes less than an hour because it's a short story, and then go read The Everlasting. Chef's kiss.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent now, but like, like you said, that book had you staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning finishing it. It was the same with The Everlasting for me. Like, I've been the book in it, and
and then afterwards you're like, afterwards you're like, what do I do with my life now?
Yeah, I've literally have had like I call it book burnout, but that's not the correct terminology for it. But like a book hangover. Because like I've read a couple of things since then, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, what do I do? Because
You're like, how am I supposed to be normal after this?
Yeah, because literally, I kid you not, I was at the Joust ordering the paperback so I could annotate it and highlight it, because I had the book on my Kindle because I borrowed it from the library. But then I ordered a physical copy because I was like, I need this. I need to like engrave this into my brain. Like, the last time I had a book like that was probably Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, that I just finished it, and I was like, I need this like printed on my brain.
Right. I'm actually waiting for the paperback copies of The Everlasting to come out in October. My local indie bookstore is gonna order me a copy because I want to annotate that copy of it, because my hardback stays over there. One of the other books that I have where I have is like a special edition hard copy is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have a paperback version of it that I'm gonna annotate for when I do a book review on it eventually. See, now I need to get, I wish I still had them and I missed them. I used to have the original covers.
Oh my god,
that came out back in the day. No, for the Tide series.
Yeah.
I used to have the original covers. I'm so mad I don't anymore.
I don't like the new ones. I don't know if it's just me. I don't. Okay.
I don't.
I saw them at Barnes Nobles, and I was like, no.
Well, because
this doesn't feel dark and right.
Right? It doesn't feel like it should.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
Like, I know they're probably trying to match the color scheme of like the Cruel Prince and stuff, because I know those are white and gold and stuff, but I'm like, no, it doesn't fit.
It's like, that just drives me crazy, is when publishers decide they're going to change book covers from like the early 2000s and stuff, and I'm like, no, it was a vibe. I want to keep that vibe. Bring it back.
That's literally why I'm on eBay hunting down the original covers for Vampire Academy, because I don't like the newer ones. I don't like them.
Yeah. I'm just like, ugh. It's just like the Ugly series, which, by the way, don't ever watch the Netflix version.
I don't plan to.
I'm so upset that they did that, because they completely ruined what those books were even about. But like, I want the original covers back, because I'm going to be doing a book review series on my YouTube channel, which for my listeners is called Adair in the Margins. But I'm going to be reviewing books that I read as a teenager. So like, the Tide series, the Ugly series, the Amelia Atwater Rhodes Den of the Shadow series, her other series that she's got, like all the books that I kind of grew up with. And of course I'm doing older books too. Like, I'm going to be doing Dragon Riders of Pern and other Anne McCaffrey books and stuff like that, because I feel like nobody does old school book reviews like that anymore. Everything is like whatever just came out recently. I want to do like, so like I'm going to have a whole series of like books that I grew up with. Are they still good, or were they problematic now like they were then?
It's then, very like, I think the only
old
ones
school
I've
science
seen.
fantasy.
Yeah, I think the only ones I've seen now is like the VC Andrews, like Flowers in the Attic. That's the only book I've seen. God, that's another author I got accused of being, because my friend, she said the nicest thing. She was like, "You're the reincarnation of Mary Shelley," and I was like crying.
I love that. Oh my god, that is the best compliment ever.
I know. And then the
Like,
other
oh
one
my
is,
god, yes.
and the other one was VC Andrews, because we were reading up on her, and she's like, and she wrote, and she developed a chronic illness, and then she looked at me, she's like, "Are you sure you're not VC Andrews?" And I was like, "I wouldn't be this broke if I was, but sure."
You're like, I don't write things like VC Andrews wrote. Have you ever actually read a VC Andrews book? Like,
yeah, those are. I feel like that's a whole psychological experiment on its own. It's getting through those books.
Listen, my mom read VC Andrews books when I was growing up, and I picked up Flowers of the Attic, I think, when I was like 10 years old.
God.
And I was like, oh, this is going to shape my entire personality. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, I'm 30, and I read, I think, the second one. Dark Angel's the first one, but I read the second one, and and I was just thoroughly traumatized. I was like, and then I read people being like, "Oh yeah, I was like 9 or 8 when I read this." I was like,
Yeah.
"How are you okay?"
Yeah.
But then again, I read some really like fucked up shit when I was younger. Like I read like the Ellen Hopkins series. I was like,
"Oh my god, me too."
What was I
doing? Who was letting me read that?
Who
right?
let me check these out? Like, there's literally like there were like main characters who were like being sexually assaulted and like doing like cocaine. Who let me read these?
There was like literally one of her whole books was just the character getting addicted to coke, and I was just like, I loved it. I ate that shit up. I bought. I think that was one of my favorite. I owned them all. Yeah, I owned them all at some point. It's just, I was just like, read
this.
Right. Honestly, though, in my day and age, I was a latchkey kid, so I was told my mom, because my high school, or not my high school, my like junior high was right next to a bookstore, like was right next to Barnes and Noble. So like my friends and I would just walk from school after we got done, like school would let out, we'd go walk up to the little shopping center, sit in the Barnes and Noble, and just read whatever we wanted to. 90% of the time it was manga, but like that's where I read a lot of those books. Was just waiting for we were waiting for our parents to get off work and come pick us up, and we were sitting there reading like stuff that we probably should not be reading.
Yeah, I think about the animes I watched growing up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay,
like, cool.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, you're like, what?
Yeah. Fullmetal Alchemist still has me fucked up.
Oh my god. This is why millennials are the way that we are, because we were.
I think we were thoroughly traumatized, and we were just like, okay, that's cool.
You're like, yes, this is kind of how the world works, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Now I need to rewatch that Bo Burnham special. Anyway, but like it's the same with my grandmother was also an avid reader. I was reading before I could spell my own name, basically. And so I grew up on Anne McCaffrey as well. And if you go and read her stuff now, you're like, oh, that's a little problematic.
Yeah.
But to me, I was just like, dude, dragon riders, and they're fighting stuff, and they're really cool. And I didn't realize that was a sex scene that I was reading when I was like 7 years old. You know, it's fine.
What do you mean there were sex scenes in there? I've thought about rereading them. I didn't know that. What?
Yeah, there's like whole mating scenes in
God.
in the Dragon Riders of Pern series.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, oh. Looking back on it now, I'm like, oh.
Huh. Oh, okay.
My little brain just glazed over that entirely, but all right. I mean, yeah, okay, cool.
You're just like, where are the dragons?
Yeah, well, honestly, like, but again, that was, I think the Dragon Riders of Pern books came out in like the 60s, 70s. So like, a lot of the stuff that happens in those books was a little controversial back then, but nowadays these books would never have gotten like as popular as they did if she wrote them in like today's age, or you know, day and age or whatever. But I'm just like, honestly though, I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah.
I like, you know, I like them for what they are. I understand the mechanics behind like why she did some of the things she did and why some people get put off by it. But again, that I have a whole YouTube video I'm going to do on that later. Or I will sit and yap about it for another 2 hours.
I'm excited for that.
But we have been yapping on for a hot minute. Is there anything else that you want to tell our listeners? Do you want to go back over Winterbriar, where to buy it and everything before I let you off for the day so we can continue on with our living and I can get a coffee?
Yes, same. Alrighty, so for Winterbriar, you can find her online, obviously on Kindle's the biggest one, but you can also find her on other reading platforms. I believe you can grab her from Barnes & Noble's, Amazon, obviously, but if you want to support some great indie bookstores, you can grab her from Heartbound, whether in person or online. There's also Love and Prince. She's a small Latina-owned business. She does pop-ups in Burbank, and you can also order directly from me. I actually have like a tote bag, stickers, everything, a whole bundle that you can nab Winterbriar for, and I'll do like fun, silly doodles if you guys want.
Yeah, we should all just personally buy from Lindsay because A, she gets a bigger cut. Or sorry, LV. I'll edit that out. I was looking at your name when I said that. Yeah,
No
we should all
worries.
buy. We should all buy from LV because we get cooler stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm all down for random little doodles in my gift stuff. Like, yes, please. Plus, again, you get a bigger cut than if we do it from somewhere else. So everybody needs to go down to the description below and click on LV's site and buy from them to get cool doodles and stuff. Maybe if you tell her that you came from the podcast, she'll give you extra doodles. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm actually looking into getting like a pet-friendly ink pad. So if you guys do come from the podcast, if you guys want my kitty Gigi's paw print in there, I will do that for you guys.
I 100% want Gigi's paw print.
She's gonna scream at me, but like I'll get it done. I'll give her a treat.
You just let her. You could even just let her bite the edge of one of the pages, and I'm like cool with that too. Like,
yeah.
And then you can like write her name like underneath it, where it just says Gigi was here, but it was spelled like WUZ.
We're really dating ourselves with that. I love it.
Oh my god, we really are. But you know what? It's fine. It's totally fine.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, thank you so much, LV, for being on the podcast. I had so much fun just talking with you about anything and everything that kind of came to mind. And again, just thank you for filling out the form and wanting to yap with me.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun. And it's definitely fun seeing the ADHD autism bouncing off each other. That's always fun for me.
Oh yeah, like that's how we roll around here. I think there has not been a single episode where it hasn't gone off into an autism / ADHD side mission somewhere.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me on.
Good. I'm glad you had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun too. And you're welcome. And thank you. And I will I will let all of you listeners listen to this again next week. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of So You're an Author. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please don't forget to rate and review SYAA so we can reach even more indie authors and listeners too. Now keep listening for an amazing deal. Congratulations on making it to the end of this episode. If you're an indie author or no one, I'd like to take this time to tell you about the author services that I provide. Other than being a cool as hell podcast host, I am an audiobook narrator. Now, my rates are based on the length of your novel, and I will have a form available on my website for you to fill out if you're interested. I make simple book covers and other character graphics, which are listed on my website in the description below. Beyond those two services, I offer what I call Yap and Sip sessions. These are kind of like the podcast you're listening to, just without an audience ever hearing them. We can talk about your plot, characters, or somewhere that you just might be stuck in your manuscript. Call it body doubling with your new bestie, where I'm just here to chill and listen while you work out the kinks, or add some in, to whatever you might be working on with your novel. Everything listed above can be found on my website. Anybody who goes to my website can put the code FOUNDYOURPODCAST, all one word, somewhere in their email or form, and I will give you a discounted rate on any of the services listed above. Once more, I thank you for listening to the So You're an Author podcast. See you next week.